Good day, everyone. Today, my group members, Aliyah Guevara, Amisha Mangal, Priya Singh, and myself, Sarah Batiste, will be discussing what we found for our fact-finding session. For our psychology seminar, we chose to study the effects of social anxiety and COVID-19 on university students in Trinidad and Tobago.
The goal and purpose of our seminar today is to reach out to our target audience, which is university students from Trinidad and Tobago. The aims include addressing the issue with the target audience and determining which issue needs to be addressed. As a result, the data gathering assessment was conducted by an online survey sent to the target population. The analysis, on the other hand, entailed compiling results in order to produce data, which was then presented and findings addressed. However, the objective of today's seminar involved a discussion on social anxiety, the method of data collection, as well as a discussion on the findings.
Okay, so let's jump into the social anxiety discussion. First and foremost, we have to define social anxiety. According to the American Psychological Association, social anxiety refers to feelings of fear in social situations. Individuals fear the potential of embarrassment and negative evaluation from others. So my group and I conducted research and we found that international data suggests that the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, particularly the limited amount of physical interactions and opportunities to socialize, as well as the shift to e-learning, have led to increased feelings of social anxiety in university students. As a result, these students have reported a sense of deteriorated social skills. So they tend to feel socially isolated and they feel as though they don't know how to interact in the online school environment. However, there is insufficient data on this topic in Trinidad and Tobago. And we hypothesize that university students in Trinidad and Tobago may be affected by the same stimuli. So essentially, what we're saying is that there may be a high probability that the limited interactions and the shift to online learning brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic have led to increased feelings of social anxiety in university students at a national level. And this in turn has negatively affected their academic performance and impaired their social skills.
Method of data collection. The positive approach of research was employed to allow us to gather information that is both factual and trustworthy through measurement. This was done through the use of an online survey. This survey granted us with the ability to collect the required data needed through the use of standardized questions. The survey consisted of both qualitative questions that allowed individuals to give open responses and quantitative questions that required participants to use a standardized and set scale. The strengths of this method were: one, its cost. The survey was created online through a free app and then emailed to participants, which eliminated any cost. Two, generalizability. The survey is applicable to different people and various situations, which ensures its generalizability. And lastly, reliability. Because the questions were standardized and set, the results of the survey can be easily reproduced if needed.
The analysis of the survey discussion indicates question 1. When the question was posed, do you get nervous or panic before or during social events? The majority of students replied yes, both sometimes and usually, whereas 0% said no, which simply indicates that social anxiety is affecting students. Question 2. When asked, do you avoid social situations because you fear that you will be negatively evaluated by others? Sometimes and usually, with the majority of students' responses, as opposed to rarely and never being six, clearly indicating the fear of negative feedback.
Question 3. Has the new lifestyle caused by COVID-19 resulted in any increased feeling of anxiety, panic, or fear that occurs before or during social situations? Question 4. When given an oral presentation, participating in a group, or being called upon to answer a question during online class, do you feel anxious or panicky? The results of these questions showed majority of the participants are experiencing anxiety and feelings of panic when required to answer during online class and when working in groups. However, majority of participants stated that lifestyle changes caused by COVID-19 did not cause an increase in anxiety. Question 5. Do feelings of anxiety, panic, or fear cause you to feel socially isolated in the online learning environment? And question 6, do feelings of anxiety, panic, or fear cause you to not perform your best in academic assessments? These results indicate that most participants are inclined towards feelings of social isolation and anxiety in the online learning environment. However, it is important to note the high level of participants do not feel this social isolation. Additionally, majority of the participants do not believe that feelings of anxiety, panic, or fear hinders their academic performance. Question 7. Are you extremely conscious of your actions after having to put on your camera for a class in fear that you might embarrass yourself or be made fun of? These results show a strong acceptance, with 12 participants confirming the assumption that there is a high level of anxiety when using cameras and interacting on online platforms.
Question 8. When asked if you have significant anxiety about being in particular social situations that is out of proportion to the threat given by the situation, the answer is yes. On a scale of always to never, 13 students replied sometimes, usually, and always, compared to the 4 students who said rarely, but 0% said never, indicating that there is some amount of tension when confronted with these scenarios. Question 9. When questioned, have you experienced more fear, anxiety, or panic in your life before or after COVID-19? 8 students agreed, both pre-COVID and now, but just 4 individuals agreed to pre-COVID and only 2 now. The remaining 3 individuals responded to none.
Question 10. Apart from the e-learning environment, do you experience feelings of fear, anxiety, and panic in other areas of your life? Question 10 helps us understand whether or not social skills have begun deteriorating due to social anxiety. The results show that majority of the participants have experienced this deterioration as they engage on e-learning platforms.
For the open-ended question, it is as follows. What would you like to learn from our seminar? When making an oral presentation or answering questions in an e-learning setting, the target audience would all like to learn how to control feelings of fear, panic, and anxiety. Are there any specific areas that you would like us to address? Tactics for controlling social anxiety, confidence building techniques, and techniques to increase academic achievement in an e-learning setting are all topics that students would like to have covered in the seminar.
To conclude, my group and I noticed that though social anxiety doesn't hinder any academic performance for many university students in Trinidad and Tobago, it does impair their social skills. However, when asked what topic they'd like us to address in our seminar, Many of our participants asked to learn ways to increase their academic achievement, control their social anxiety, and even learn confidence-building techniques. We have now come to the end of our presentation, and we thank you for your time.